Oh, sweet mama. Are you reading this at 3 a.m. while bouncing a wide awake baby who seems to think nighttime is party time? Trust me, I've been there, and you're absolutely not alone in this beautiful, exhausting journey. Here's the thing, newborn sleep can feel like this mysterious puzzle that everyone else seems to have figured out except you. But guess what? It's not your fault, and you're doing an amazing job even when it doesn't feel like it. Today, I'm sharing 10 incredible tips that will help your little one sleep peacefully in their cot, yes, really, so you can finally get some much needed rest too. 1. Master the art of true versus light sleep. Here's something that blew my mind when I first learned it. Your baby might look wide awake when they're actually in light sleep. I know, right? It's like they're playing the ultimate trick on us sleep-deprived parents. Picture this. Your little one is fussing, moving their tiny arms around, making all sorts of adorable but concerning noises, but their eyes are closed. You might even notice their eyeballs moving under those precious eyelids. This is light sleep, mama, and newborns spend most of their sleep time here. Deep sleep is when your baby looks like an actual sleeping angel, completely still, breathing deeply, and so peaceful you'll probably find yourself checking to make sure they're still breathing. We've all been there. The magic happens every 40 minutes when babies naturally cycle between sleep phases. They might seem to wake up, but wait a moment before rushing in. Are they genuinely crying? Have they been fed in the last 2 to 3 hours? Is their diaper clean? If not, they might just be transitioning between sleep cycles and will settle back down on their own. Trust me, this tip alone will save your sanity. 2. Create the perfect sleep temperature. You know how you sleep better when your room is just the right temperature? Well, your baby is exactly the same. The sweet spot is between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 19 to 22 degrees Celsius. And honestly, investing in a room thermometer was one of the best decisions I ever made. No more guessing games about whether your little one is too hot or too cold. Just check that thermometer and dress them accordingly. Those sleeping bag temperature guides are absolute lifesavers too. They take all the guesswork out of what your baby should wear based on the room temperature and the TOG rating of their sleep bag. Because let's be honest, mama, parenting a newborn is hard enough without having to play the are they comfortable guessing game every single night. 3. Embrace the power of darkness, even during day naps. I used to think babies needed to learn the difference between day and night right away. But here's the beautiful truth. They don't develop those circadian rhythms until 3 to 5 months. So right now, darkness is your absolute best friend. Make that room dark enough that you couldn't read a book in there. Why? Because when your baby comes into that light wake phase between sleep cycles, they won't be distracted by that shiny mobile, the interesting shadows on the wall, or the birds outside the window. Instead, they'll see darkness and think, oh, it's still sleep time, and drift right back off. Blackout curtains or even some strategically placed towels over windows can work wonders. Your future self will thank you for this investment. 4. Keep it quiet. Can we talk about that well-meaning advice that babies need to learn to sleep through noise? Honey, that's complete nonsense, and it used to drive me absolutely crazy. Think about it. Do you sleep well in a noisy environment? Of course not. Your precious baby has a startle reflex, which means sudden noises will literally make them jump and wake up. Since they're in light sleep most of the time, they're super sensitive to these disruptions. Enter the magic of white noise machines. Choose something continuous and constant. Think rainfall without thunder, radio static, or a gentle waterfall. Avoid those nature sounds with random bird chirps or whale calls that might trigger the startle reflex. The white noise should play throughout the entire nap or nighttime, creating a consistent sound cocoon for your little one. 5. Swaddle smart or choose the perfect sleep bag. Oh mama, swaddling can be an absolute game changer. It mimics that cozy womb environment your baby just left, keeping them secure and warm without overheating, which is super important for safe sleep. I personally loved those halo sleep bags that keep babies' arms down because they prevent the startle reflex from waking them up when you transfer them to the cot. You know, that heart-stopping moment when you finally got them asleep in your arms, you gently place them down, and then boom, they startle awake. Yeah, good swaddle or arms down sleep bag prevents that heartbreak. If you're using traditional swaddle wraps, that's wonderful too. Just make sure you're confident in your technique. And remember, once your little one starts showing signs of rolling, usually around 3 to 4 months, it's time to transition to the arms-free sleep for safety. 6. Master the art of boring nighttime feeds. I know, when you're up at 2 a.m. feeding your baby, sometimes the only thing keeping you awake is that tempting glow of your phone or the thought of turning on Netflix. But here's the thing, sweet mama. We want nighttime to be as unstimulating as possible. Keep those lights dim. A small nightlight is perfect. Stay in baby's room if you can, especially if you've got that white noise going, and resist the urge to make nighttime fun. I know it's hard when you're trying to stay awake, but think of it as business time. Feed, change if needed, feed again if necessary, and back to bed. The goal is to keep everything calm and sleepy so your baby learns that nighttime is for sleeping, not for party time. 7. Prevent the overtired baby meltdown. This one is absolutely crucial, mama. An overtired baby is actually harder to settle than a baby who's just the right amount of sleepy. Newborns can typically only handle being awake for 45 minutes to 2 hours max, depending on how long their previous nap was. Watch for those sleepy cues. Eye rubbing, yawning, looking away from you, or just zoning out. When you see these signs, it's time for sleep. If they had a long nap, 3+ hours, they might be able to stay up for closer to 2 hours. But if it was a short cat nap, 20 to 40 minutes, they'll probably need to go back down after just 45 minutes. That 45-minute window might seem impossibly short, but it's usually just enough time for a feed, diaper change, maybe another quick feed, and back to bed. Trust your baby's cues. They know what they need. 8. Consider the magic of pacifiers. If you're breastfeeding, you might want to wait until around 6 weeks when feeding is well established. But pacifiers can be absolute lifesavers. Sucking is one of the most calming things your baby can do. It's literally hardwired into them for comfort. Don't worry about creating bad habits right now. You can always remove the pacifier around 6 months if you're concerned about sleep associations. For now, if it helps your baby settle and gives you some peace, embrace it guilt-free. 9. Understanding the holding versus cot sleep difference. Here's something that might blow your mind. When your baby sleeps in your arms or while being passed around at family gatherings, they're not actually getting quality sleep. They're doing something called habituating, which means they're working really hard to block out all the movement, voices, and stimulation around them. You'll probably notice that after these social sleeping sessions, your baby wakes up fussier than usual. That's because they didn't get the deep, restorative sleep they needed. I'm not saying never let anyone hold your sleeping baby because those snuggles are so precious, but just be aware that the next nap should probably be in a quiet, dark room where they can truly rest. 10. Create a consistent sleep environment. This final tip ties everything together beautifully. Consistency is your secret weapon, mama. When your baby's sleep environment is predictable, same room temperature, same darkness level, same white noise, same swaddle or sleep bag, they start to recognize these cues as sleep time. It might take a few days to see the magic happen. Remember, your baby's still figuring out this whole outside the womb thing, but stick with it. Consistency is what transforms these individual tips into a powerful sleep system that works for your family. Remember, every baby is different, and what works for one might not work for another, and that's completely okay. These tips are your toolkit, not your rule book. Try what feels right for you and your family. Be patient with yourself and your little one, and know that this phase won't last forever. Around 2 weeks, your baby might go through a fussy period. Hello, witching hour. And that's totally normal too. You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing everything right by seeking out information. and caring so deeply about your baby's sleep. Sweet dreams are coming, Mama. You're closer than you think.